lost their last 2 there. Right, this is how we stand ahead of the North London derby in the Manchester United game on Monday night at Everton, with Liverpool staying in 6th place but opening up a gap over Brentford, 5 points there, and now level on points with Manchester United and Chelsea. Jamie Carragher rubbing his hands together with glee. Keeping an eye on Aston Villa as well, who have a 6-point advantage in that race for Champions League football. Fulham into the top half of the table as well. Sunderland slipping to 12th. Palace there in 13th. After beating Wolves by 1-0. They're now 10 points clear of the bottom 3. And defeat for Nottingham Forest leaves them in 17th. 2 points clear of the bottom 3, with still one big game to come on this Super Sunday. Yeah, incredible finish. Darren, let's first of all have a look at the one that was chalked up. Whether it hit his back or his elbow is a bit of a discussion point. He seems to accept it. But first of all, it was a great chance, actually, for Ekitike, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. And Rio Gamoa done really well. I mean, he changed the game, as Jamie said, when he came on. And he just leaves it in a really nice area. But from there, Ekitike, I know it's slightly behind him. He has to score. Because the pace on the ball, it's there. It then pops to Mac Allister. And I think it's harsh because, yes, it does strike his arm. But he's not looking at the ball. His arms are next to his body. I mean, by the letter of the law, it should be disallowed, but I still feel it's harsh.
Yeah, they did have a good long look at it, and if they can see that it has hit the arm, then they will disallow it, whether, of course, he's accident or not. So that was a big moment, and he thought maybe the chance was gone. Everyone thought maybe the chance had gone, apart from Mac Allister, who was convinced something else would happen, Jamie.
So he says, yeah, but I mean, I thought the throw-in was going to go in the box. Nottingham Forest had dealt with that really well. So Szoboszlai does brilliant here, just to get half a yard, and that's a wonderful ball into the box. And think with Van Dijk, actually, I think Van Dijk's header is actually almost not trying to score. Keep it alive, put it in a danger area. Now, I wasn't sure, you know, whether it was Ekitike's foot or Lorena there just behind Virgil van Dijk. As I said, the lines don't get it wrong, whether they could actually see Olerena's foot there at the back post. But it was a really tight one. But I think Van Dijk does really well because it doesn't look like a header, but he's trying to score.
There's the Olerena boot, which is apparently playing Virgil van Dijk onside there. But Forest get themselves in a real tangle there, don't they, Darren, as well?
Do you know what they do? And I mean, it's a good save, but I think if Morelo's not there, I do think Ortega just falls on it, gets in his arms, and then they all go up the pitch. But the fact that there's a bit of chaos because Morelo's there, Ortega's there, that's why it pops out. And then again, Mac Allister doing what he should do, pop up in the 6-yard box and puts it in the empty net.
One of the 3 points are the most important thing, I imagine. But was there an element of fortune today?
Yeah, of course. If you score in the last minute, there's always an element of luck. But so many times this season, we've experienced the opposite. I don't mean conceding in the last minute, which happened as well. But so many times this season, we've deserved more than we got. Now, today, I think a draw would have been a fairer result than a win for us.
The first half looked particularly difficult for you. Why was that? Was it just a Florian injury, or was it more to it than that?
No, I hope and assume, and there's more into it than that, because if we rely on one player, then things are not good. And that's also not the situation, because we've missed players throughout the whole season. So another miss for us that Florian couldn't play because he's in a really good form. But someone else have to do the job. I think the first half was mainly difficult because Forest plays so well, and they have good players. So I said before the game, surprised about their league position, and after the game, I'm even more surprised.
You changed Jones and Szoboszlai's positioning in the game. What were you looking to change in that first period?
Now to get a little bit more control over their midfield, because I think, I just highlighted how well they played, but we lost every ball. We could not keep the ball for 1 second. If we went long, we lost the duel. We lost a lot of second balls. So the only part of our game that went well was defending inside the box. So I think I saw players throwing themselves in front of balls. We had to defend a lot of set pieces. And that's what we did well. And then you stay in the game. That's what we did. And in the second half, I saw a completely different game. In the second half, I think we took over the game, maybe because they played on first day. That for the first time this season was an advantage for us. That the team who we faced played and we were off this week. So you could see that maybe in the second half when we started to play much better, created our chances, couldn't score. still the extra time when we scored twice, and I thought with all that's been happening this season, I would not even be surprised if both goals are disallowed. But maybe fortune has changed finally.
Tell us about Rio Ungamoa's impact as well from the bench.
No, he had the first goal that was disallowed was mainly because of him, because he took a 1v1 on. And a great cross on the head of Hugo Ekitike, which is normally you would expect that to be a goal. Especially for Hugo because he's such a good finisher. But ball came back from the goalkeeper, and then, as we know, the goal got disallowed. So a good action of him, good 1v1, which is what this game needed. It was either for us a set piece or a moment like this, and that's also why I brought him on. And first off the left, where he was not a lot of involvement, and then off the right, where he had that good action.
Liverpool snatched a dramatic 1-0 victory over Nottingham Forest at the City Ground in a chaotic Premier League thriller, thanks to Alexis Mac Allister's crazy late winner in the 97th minute. The Reds endured one of their poorest displays of the season under Arne Slot, dominated physically in the first half by Vitor Pereira's energetic Forest side, who had thrashed Fenerbahçe midweek. Jamie Carragher, on Sky Sports duty, lost it over the performance, branding the opening 45 minutes a horror show and, right at the top of the list of Liverpool's worst this campaign, slamming the team for being absolutely monstered and unable to handle end-to-end games. He singled out midfield struggles, calling the display woeful before a late injection from substitutes sparked life. Drama peaked late. Mac Allister thought he'd won it in the 89th when he charged down Ola Aina's clearance, the ball rebounding off his arm into the net, initially celebrated but controversially overturned by VAR for accidental handball after a lengthy review. Minutes later, in the 7th minute of added time, extended due to the check, Virgil van Dijk headed down a delivery, and Mac Allister pounced on the rebound to smash home from close range. Another VAR scrutiny followed for a tight offside call involving Van Dijk, but it stood, sealing the points. Carragher, still fuming post-match, described the win as the biggest robbery of the season, questioning how Liverpool escaped with 3 points despite being outplayed for long spells. Slot's men climbed level on points with rivals in the top 4 battle, keeping Champions League hopes alive amid a tight race. The result highlighted resilience but exposed vulnerabilities, fueling debate on Slot's top 4 credentials. Please like and subscribe.